Well, hello, and welcome to Ed Robinson, the Rainmaker Robinson. One of the things that I love doing with Robinson Performance Group and working with rainmakers is interviewing rainmakers from around the world. Today we have the opportunity to interview Frank Mims, a rainmaker and the proprietor of Mims Morning Meetings.
Isn't that a mouthful?
That's a few M's to get things going. I like that. Mims Morning Meetings.
One day I'm going to have to explain it to you how we got that.
Actually, I'm going to even take it even further than that, because one of the neat things about rainmaking is sharing with people concepts. I'd like you to just give us a brief overview about Mims Morning Meetings. Tell me about how that whole concept started and what you try to accomplish with Mims Morning Meetings.
You know, and I've always been of the opinion, if you're going to be a rainmaker, if you're going to be a salesperson, you need to feed yourself. The more you feed yourself, the more you're going to earn. When I started in 2005, the Mims Morning Meeting, I had a concept of creating material for the salesperson to read at almost in a 2-minute time span. That's all I wanted it to be. Just 2 minutes
just
reading
a little bit
in the
of
morning.
brevity of nuggets of knowledge.
Just something to get you started in the morning. And I find that for most professional salespeople, for most people, we need a little something to get us going in the right direction.
Okay.
So I began to write stories about things I had experienced in sales, and I put them in a form that I thought would be easy to do. The first part of the story is just called the eye opener.
Okay.
This is where we're talking about a concept: listening skills, communication skills, work ethics, closing, presentation. 200 words. No more than 200 words.
Okay.
After that 200 words, we give you a feature. We tell you about the features of listening.
Okay. Awesome.
Then we tell you about the benefits. What happens if you listen and if you pay attention? What are the benefits to you? So everything I do surrounds those three principles and fits right into that.
So you really have sound bites of information in that.
That's it.
Well,
That's it.
What's exciting is the way Frank ties into this whole rainmaking concept is I see you as that rainmaker and someone who helps, not only is a rainmaker, but helps other rainmakers get better at bringing in business. One of the things that I have noticed is that you're doing this Mims Morning Meetings in a video format now, and I've seen it in the Greater Houston Partnership where you're sharing it with thousands of people. Share with me how you went from those 200 words to shifting that to the video format.
Well, the video format really it was an evolution.
Okay.
You can only touch so many people with words and books and on websites and on blogs. People love videos. If I'm not mistaken, YouTube is probably the second largest search engine on the web now.
Okay.
It just seemed to be a natural vehicle. It was where I could put forth the same information I put in those books. I can put it forth in video, and you can look at it and you got it. Most of my videos are not any longer than 3 minutes.
Oh, excellent.
I wouldn't make them any longer than that.
Well, I was once told that it takes 3 minutes for me to just clear my voice before I get started on it.
I like that.
That said, there, Mr. Rainmaker Mims, one of the reasons why I wanted to get together with you, if you will, is one of your, I'll call it a rainmaking concepts, but one of the concepts that we've partnered with to some extent. And it's a great concept that you're sharing with banks and salespeople. And it's basically closing business in the fourth quarter. So that whole closing business in the fourth quarter, I want you to give me, and more important than me, our audience, can you give me an overview about closing business? Because I know you have several strategies to close more business in the fourth quarter. Why the fourth quarter? Why is that the focus?
You know, when I was in sales, and everybody's always in sales, but when I worked for someone before I started the Mims Morning Meeting, I would be in sales meeting, and when it would get, September time frame, the manager would come in and he would say, okay, we're getting ready to go into the fourth quarter. I need you to dig deep and bring home everything that you possibly can. We want to close the year out strong. And then he
Man,
make
I've
that same
heard that.
pitch.
So I've heard that in so many sales organizations.
It's world renowned.
Uh-huh.
He wanted you to dig deep to find some new business, some new opportunities, some new prospect, everything that you could do to bring in new business in the fourth quarter. But it's strange. I never had a sales manager out of probably 10 sales managers.
Okay.
No one ever told me how to do it.
Okay.
So when I started the MEMS morning meetings, and when we got to like the July time frame, I said, you know what? We should write a video exactly how you bring in that extra revenue in the fourth quarter. What are the actions that need to happen?
Wow.
What are the things I need to do every morning in order to bring in that extra revenue? So we came up with 40.
40?
Yeah, 40
That's
videos.
4 zeros?
40.
Not 14, not
No,
4.
no.
40.
40 videos.
Okay.
Quick fix video on how.
All about 3 minutes in length.
3 minutes in length. I wouldn't make them any longer.
Okay.
How to close that business in the fourth quarter. And then we thought, well, if we did that, why don't we put it in workbook form? So now what we've done is transitioned from the video. It didn't start on paper, and we made it paper.
So it's a combination of a 3-minute video and a workbook that coincides with that concept, whatever that topic is, so it becomes a tool to help people close during that week.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
Getting you the skills in order to do it. Now, there are some benefits to it.
Well, that's interesting. Even before you go into benefits, one of the things is closing business in the fourth quarter speaks to that benefits in and of itself. One of the benefits at least. But one of the things that I try to convey to people as a rainmaker and developing rainmakers, what you want to sell is not just the benefits, but what is the outcome? The benefit I can see, closing business in the fourth quarter. So help me understand, what are the outcomes that you expect people to derive out of your concepts, their videos and the workbooks? What outcomes are they going to get by following some of the concepts that you share with people?
Well, I mean, one obvious one is that you're going to garner new revenue in the fourth quarter. And there's not a company out here that does not want to have new revenue coming in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
Every sales manager wants to be able to go into that VP and say, look what my team did. Look how they did this. We did this in the fourth quarter. We closed strong.
Okay.
But see, you're not going to get every piece of business you go after in the fourth quarter. So some of that's going to trickle over to the first quarter.
First quarter of the next.
First quarter of the year.
And
I don't know of a sales manager out there that doesn't want to have a strong first quarter.
Absolutely.
Coming out the gate. There are more rewards given. There are more president's clubs made. There are more leadership clubs made in the first quarter of the year. So there are your two benefits right there.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to give you another one that most people don't think
Well, let
of.
me capture this first. You're telling me I'm getting benefits, obviously, in the fourth quarter. My
Sure.
outcomes is greater sales in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
Some of that's going to spill over into the future, so I'm going to end up with a strong fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, first quarter.
Absolutely.
So, what's that third
The third,
outcome?
one of the things that everybody is responsible for doing is forecasting your business. It's kind of hard to forecast when you got a weak pipeline. When your pipeline is weak, it's not called forecasting then, it's guesswork. Your manager has a forecast, your VP has a forecast, your board has a forecast, especially if you're a publicly traded company. Wall Street wants to know what you're doing in the fourth quarter and in the first quarter. If you, as a salesperson, have a strong pipeline, you can forecast with confidence. You can forecast and know what your outcome is. And trust me, I've been there when I had a weak fourth quarter and didn't have enough in the pipeline to forecast. It was all guesswork. But now, because you've invested that time, you've invested that energy in the fourth quarter, you can now do it with confidence. You can forecast what you're going to do in the first quarter with confidence. So can your manager. He can put names and numbers next to it.
know, that's a great concept too. And I like that third benefit and outcome. Actually, I see a fourth one for you.
Wow. Give it to me, please.
I mean, here we are still wrapping up the third quarter. And if in fact we start focusing on that fourth quarter and start doing the activities, I looked at one of your videos prior to having you come here, and I like the concept. So I started doing that, and that was probably 2 weeks ago. And starting the whole listening, the concepts of working with existing clients and clients that I have worked with in the last 3 years. That allowed, by me implementing fourth quarter strategies today, that pipeline started to fill and people started calling in. And it was basically kind of one of the big strategies that I have is you're always touching your customers.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of the concepts,
that's necessary.
A lot of the concepts you're talking about allows you to start touching people right now, and then they remember you exist. And they say, hey, can I have an order for this? Can I have a book for this? Can you come in and speak on this subject?
That's video number 18, by the way, folks.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, well, I really do want to wrap it up. I want to share with you a concept like this, at least on a weekly basis. And by sharing with you a concept and finding professionals like Mr. Mims, who are rainmakers out in the community, and not just philosophically talking about it, but theoretically, and it's not theoretically, they are practical where they're actually putting things in action and getting great results. Thanks for spending some time listening to this quick video. We're going to give you a bunch. Take the time to drop me an email, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on LinkedIn, and I'll post this on both places. But give us your comments. Tell us things that you need help in. Tell us things, your thoughts, and even contradictory thoughts, so that we can actually work at getting you what you need so that you can be a rainmaker and close business in the fourth quarter. Thanks for tuning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.